Welcome to The Current Buzz, the podcast where we break down what's happening now at Oklahoma Electric Cooperative and OEC Fiber and why it matters to you.
Each episode, we're bringing you practical insights, behind-the-scenes conversations, and real-world answers to the questions our members and subscribers are asking. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump into today's conversation. Welcome to the next episode of The Current Buzz. We are joined today by two members of our fiber business sales team, Michelle and Isaac. We're going to meet them here in a second, but we always kick off the episode with the three things you need to know. First is a save the date for our drive-through annual meeting on October 2nd. That's a Friday. And anytime between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., you can drive through the Lloyd Noble Center parking lot and register, get a $30 bill credit, a bucket, another bucket. If you were there last year, then you know what we're talking about. We're giving those away again this year. So come on out October 2nd. Mark your calendars between 10 and 6.
And we're in the dead of summer, so rain is sparse, and people are probably starting to water their yards. I just want you to think through, it's like a summer efficiency tip that if you're on a well and you're watering your yard, you need to see that as usage. So you run your sprinklers 12 hours a day. You may think it's just water. Maybe you lived in the city at some point and that's just water usage. In the country, that's also electric usage. And we get that call quite a bit. Hey, my usage went up quite a bit. It's like, how often are you watering? So think about that. Also pool pumps. If you have a pool, they only need to run about 8 hours a day, not 24/7. That will save you quite a bit of money. We've actually done stories on that. There's calculators out there to kind of estimate what that usage looks like. If you run it 8 hours a day, you'll be good. Then I want to go into the live line demo. So this is a high voltage demonstration trailer we have that we take around for first responders and schools and civic groups and just anybody interested in learning how to safely, assess an electric scene. So maybe there's down lines at an intersection. Maybe you saw a car hit a pole and the first responders aren't there, and like how to navigate that safely. And we want all the general public to learn some of the things about electricity. So if you're interested in the live line demo, you can go to our website and ask for it to come to your business or whatever.
So welcome to the show, Michelle and Isaac. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been at OEC and what your day-to-day looks like.
My name is Michelle, and I have been here for 8 years now.
Wow.
So I know it's gone by so fast. I feel like it's blinked. We blinked and here we are. But yeah, my role here, I am the Senior Manager of Sales and Business Development and Business Support. And I guess day to day, it is supporting my team, removing obstacles for them, and really trying to identify with the subscribers what they need and then how our team can provide it, and then communicate that to not only as subscribers, but also the team and our colleagues.
And I'm Isaac, and I've been with the co-op for about 6 years, a little over now, but I'm the business developer, and kind of my day-to-day, get in the office, make some phone calls usually to get back with some people to see what I can do about getting them service, but I'm basically like the salesperson, if you want to say that in a way, but we don't really push sales. We try to naturally have that come in. So that's what I do. I'll go out and meet with people, talk over different services that we have, the phones or the internet, and match up, see if we can get service for them, and kind of partner them up that way with what we have. So
for listeners that may not realize it, what does OEC Fiber offer beyond just internet on the fiber business side?
Like I was saying, we have phones. So we have the traditional standard phones lines that you would have like in your house in a way, but businesses have them too, where it could just be one phone call that they have at a time, so that it's just a standard phone line, or they can go to a bigger system where it's an internet-based VoIP system where it could be 30 phones and it rolls into different departments and things like that. So we talk with them and see what their needs are and kind of what they have currently, and try to match up and try to provide the best we can for them.
I think we also probably consult a little bit for them. So to kind of like help them meet the IT professional, and of course with the services we provide, internet and phone, but put those two together and kind of help walk them through, what we can do, how we can support them as well. So it's kind of like that kind of a consultative approach to kind of helping them to achieve different goals and helping them see, how they can get the most out of their internet and phone service as well.
So when a business comes to you, are they trying to solve a problem? Are they frustrated most of the time, or are they just curious? Because we're still, OEC Fiber's been around almost 10 years now, but it's still fairly new compared to some other companies. So are they just curious? They've heard how we support businesses and they want to be part of it. What are they trying to accomplish?
Well, it's definitely a combination of things there because we have been around a while, but when we first opened up, we just did internet for a few years, and then we've added phones, and there's still people that haven't figured out that we have phones, but we do, and so we're going in and seeing what they have, and still that consultative approach of even if they have a bunch of phones, they might not need them, or the business changes on what they're doing, so we kind of match and see what they need and just kind of provide whatever services that they need in that. So we don't necessarily push extra services on them. We want to make it work and make it right for them. So
speaking of those needs, what's a different need for a commercial customer than say like a residential as far as, fiber and phone?
I would say probably businesses are complex. There's several different users doing several different things. So you have point of sale systems. You have, of course, your telephone needs, whether that's your plain traditional telephone lines or if that's your voice over IP or phones over the internet service. So I think there's different people, different services, different needs, and it's just more complex. But not like in a bad way. It's just, I would say, more customizable. And so it's really customizing what that business subscriber needs and how it can help them benefit just their day-to-day lives at work. Would you add anything to that?
I would, she says kind of complex, but it's not really complex in a way. There's just a lot more moving parts, I guess, in it. It's still pretty simple to move them from another provider over to us. There's just a lot more things involved in it, like she was saying, where it might be an IT person or even a phone person that they have their own phone system that connects to the internet, and the office not being closed down for a time, so like trying to manage it when they're still after hours or during lunch periods or Fridays when they're closed that day. That way they're not closing business to switch everything over. So we just have to talk and manage with them to make it as smooth as possible. So it's not complex. It's just a lot of moving parts.
Yes.
A lot of coordination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and can you speak a little bit to that? Because I know your team prides itself on customizing solutions for businesses. So walk us through what that looks like when a new potential business calls.
Yeah. So they typically talk to Isaac. And it kind of kicks off the whole process. And so it works with Isaac to really understand and do that needs assessment. From there, it would then go into our site visits. So you would have one of our teammates go on site, identify the best route in which to bring you fiber into the building. And so really kind of navigating the most efficient and effective way to serve the building itself with fiber. And then after that, you will meet with some of our technicians for the actual install. After the install, you'll continue to work with the technicians and learn how to use your new equipment. So they will talk you through how to use the equipment, talk you through, hey, how do you want the equipment to work? How do you want your phones to work? Really just partner with them to really understand the full scope of the needs, and then help you navigate through it. And usually after we do the service install, if there are any issues right after that, or if you want something changed, we're just a phone call away. So we're all here in Norman, and it's we can come out there, help you change if you need to make the changes, and then get you on your way. So we like to say we're simple to work with.
We're just a phone call away if they do have any issues, even like after, or they want to make any changes or anything like that. It's just a phone call, and we're there within, a short amount of time and can get it straightened out. Because with the phones, there are, like settings that they have currently. And sometimes, we install it and it's set up just the way it was. But maybe they got the phones 10 years ago and they just put it in just like it was. And then while the techs are out there, they might work with them a little bit and give them some ideas. So then right after everything's installed, then they're like, hey, we might want to try that out. So they'll call back and we'll, come back out there for, 20 minutes or an hour maybe even, or something, maybe even from the office. They just change, let them test it out. And
Make little tweaks till they're happy.
Yeah.
Till they like the,
Again,
it's
that
like
customization.
it's like an install. And then the next 3 days, we're kind of fine-tuning it,
Fine-tuning,
making sure they're happy.
Yeah, you don't just dump equipment off and say good luck.
Right.
No.
So how are y'all avoiding the one size fits all that, a lot of providers offer? How are y'all different on that front?
I think first and foremost, we listen. Isaac is a great listener and asking the right questions as well. And I think that's where that needs assessment comes in. You do a great job listening.
I try. Being from the tech side of it, where I kind of started and, years ago, not very long, but years ago, yeah.
We won't tell.
I kind of have that experience of that side and background and been around it. So it does kind of help me see what their needs are and know, maybe some other ways they could do it or something, like when the techs go out and adjust things while they're there to make it better for them. So.
Yeah, and I think not having that salesy kind of approach, if you will, from a salesperson, and telling people what they should take, I think that's just, that is not our style at all. We try to avoid that as much as possible. So again, he's your guy.
Try to be friends with them.
Yes.
Basically. Because, I'm going to see them at the grocery store later or somewhere. Because
We're all around here.
We're here local, so it's one of those things where I don't want them mad at me.
So do you have an example of trying to find a solution and maybe it was a unique situation of trying to work with the subscriber to find something that worked for them and some troubleshooting? Is there an example of that?
Oh, I'm sure there are. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but because that complexity of a business, in a way, everything is different. So some people still have the same system for the last 20 years, and then they try to upgrade to, fiber, and it doesn't quite work. So, usually it's getting with an IT person to get that connection going for them so they can upgrade their system, or, just installing our stuff. It kind of depends on what they have, but there's been quite a few because we could do a lot of the rural area. Mm-hmm. And there's been some businesses that have been around for a long time that, they're used to dial-up internet service, with the old.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know the noise.
Sound.
That just rang in everybody's head.
Yes.
Yeah. So just getting them up to the fiber. The fiber is just so fast, it just makes their equipment not work anymore in a way because it needs to be upgraded anyway.
Oh, yeah. I haven't thought about that.
So,
Yeah, that's an interesting conversation, because it's it's hard to, you never want to tell someone, hey, it's your equipment that's the issue.
Right.
So it's kind of educating them okay, this is older. It's time for an upgrade. This is great technology, and we just need to match the two together.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, I think explaining that sometimes can be tricky because we never want to make our subscriber feel like, oh, it's not us, it's you. So it's, I think having those conversations and, walking them through that. And I think with being that trusted partner and taking that consultative approach, you really get there faster, and it's a more trust-driven relationship.
Well, and probably easier to understand that equipment that was made 30 to 40 years ago just isn't capable of what is available now.
Right.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's still quite a few people that, the credit card machines, everybody uses a credit card now. So you go to a gas station, they run a credit card, you're like the ones that you swipe. It's still actually, at the end of the day, they do like a batch report that is still a dial-up service for them a lot.
Wow.
And when they first switched over, it was kind of having issues with our phone lines and how it connects, just because of the way that the phones used to be compared to how they are now. There was a lot of issues where we had to like figure it out, and usually all it was getting in contact with the company that owns that reader and switching it over to internet connection. And then all of a sudden they would be like, oh my gosh, like my batch report that used to be at the end of the day that I ran that took 30 minutes to run at night is done in 30 seconds. So it's just like one of those simple little things, that just having to talk with them and helping them out, because they didn't know. Somebody sold them that machine 20 years ago, and that's the way it worked. And so we just kind of help them get it quicker. Yeah.
So you're kind of you've touched base on this a few times, but what do you think businesses appreciate most about the being seen more like a partner than a sale? You said you're a salesperson, but you're not really a salesperson, right? So do you get feedback from them on, do they appreciate that? What do they appreciate most about it?
Well, like, I don't know. I think more of the laid back, but then also at the same time, most of them have our phone numbers directly, so they don't have to call in through like a call center and stuff. Even after the sale, we're still there for them. And, they have my direct number. They'll have Michelle's. They'll have the text direct number, so they can call and, get a hold of us.
That's crazy
rather
service.
quickly.
Yeah, it is.
Even when we're on vacation, like it happens.
Which is not healthy for that work-life balance. But no, I think, nobody likes to be sold to and told what they should have or should do. So I think it's just, I think with any relationship, you want to build that trust, right? And people buy from people they like, know, and trust. And so I think it's not approaching them with you should do this or telling them what to do. Again, it's just that how do you like to be treated? You don't want to be sold to. So we look at ourselves in the mirror and say, we're not going to be salespeople. We're going to be a partner.
I love
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. So for a business owner who hasn't revisited their setup in 20 years or a very long time, and maybe everything's working and it's working fine, what are they potentially missing out on by maybe not upgrading or not having fiber?
Yeah, I think, technology moves so fast. So I think it's really easy to stay comfortable. And in staying comfortable, you get used to the things that you do day by day. And so you're talking efficiency. I mean, your efficiency can be improved. Your timeliness, I guess that goes with efficiency, but with that comes revenue and money. And so it's like, as a small business owner or a business owner in general, you want to be able to pay your employees, keep your lights on, keep your doors open. And then ultimately, if you're like OEC, we look at serving our members and our subscribers. And I'm sure they have customers or whomever they're serving that they want to show up for. So I think it's when you don't keep up with today's technology, you fall behind. And so with fiber, we allow that gateway to stay up to date and to be the best you can be.
Yeah, the reliability.
Yeah.
I mean, that fiber, it just works. I mean, it's not weather
That should be the new
affected.
slogan.
It just
It
works.
just works.
Yeah.
Get a tattoo of it.
When you do, I will.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
feel like a challenge just happened.
like I got some space. So, but yeah, no, kind of she touched on it where, I mean, your business is down for, we've had people call in and their phones have been out for 3 days, and you're like, how is a business you can continually work?
Could you
when
imagine
your
if our
phones are
phones
out?
went down here for 3 days?
I was thinking personally, I was like, I wish my phone would go down for 3 days.
Gosh, I feel like member services would have a line
Oh
down
my-
the road.
It'd be a
Oh
revolt.
my goodness.
Yeah. So that's just one of those things that that's the biggest thing that I probably see is just the reliability side of it. So, because it keeps them connected, it keeps the business, the doors open, money coming in for them. So, because we don't want them to lose money. We want them to make all the
Thrive.
money they can.
Yeah, you've touched base on it too. You've talked about same day truck rolls. Why is that important to businesses? I mean, you kind of again you touched on it, but that's insane service, right? In my eyes, it's insane. Why is that important to businesses?
Yeah.
Gosh, again, I mean, time is money. If you're out of service for 3 days, I mean, you're going to have mad customers. If, you have, let's say you're a restaurant and your service goes down right before lunchtime and you have people coming and eating for lunch and now you can't take payment. Think about how much money you're losing out on if people can't pay their bills and you have to comp their lunches. I mean, that's significant, and that could really do some damage for a business. So I think that's just a very specific small example, but having someone be able to come out there right away and get it fixed, or even do it remotely. Sometimes we can fix things remotely. So it's just, if there's issues, call us and we'll get on it.
That's something I guess I don't usually think about. When my internet goes out at the house, it's like, okay, I can play games and hang out with the family or that sort of thing. It's not the end of the world. I have electricity. But a business, I mean, everything's done, right? Your point of sale, all that. Phones aren't coming in. Yes. Nobody can pay their bill. That's a big deal for them to be out. So
nobody carries cash to pay for that food that they just ordered.
Right.
When their system goes out halfway through the meal, that they still cooked it anyway. So they're going to have to.
Yeah, you've got to respond fast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, gosh, if you're an engineering firm or something of that nature and you have 3 engineers that are on your team that you have to pay their salary and you have no internet for them to do their jobs for a couple of hours, that's a big salary bill, So it's thinking things in form of that potential revenue loss, and that's why it's so important for businesses to have access to immediate support. So yeah, it all adds up.
Yeah,
and I think just like OEC Fiber in general it's kind of taken off the electric side.
Oh yeah,
even
1,000%.
Whereas the power goes out, I mean, ice storms happen, and the linemen are out there doing work, trying to get it as quick as possible.
We don't
still
say
safe.
that word. We don't say that's the word around here. Ice storm. That's a bad word.
You just jinxed it.
Right?
But it is the summer, so.
But it's kind of the same philosophy. Like they try to do it rather quickly, safely. So we, just as the fiber team in general, I think tries to get everybody, just even on the residential side, it's, a lot of times it's same day. It's not, it's pretty quick.
It's kind of the OEC standard.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right.
We're following in the footsteps.
So you've talked a couple of times about IT providers that businesses need to work with. What does that role look like compared to fiber, your team's support, and then needing an IT provider support? What does that relationship look like?
There's quite a bit of equipment that can be at businesses sometimes that is just really involved on firewalls, different things that we don't provide or have. Say HIPAA for like a law office, or not a law office, but a medical office. I mean, law offices have them too because they store information on that equipment. So it's a whole nother rules and regulations, and we don't have the equipment to provide all of that for a medical office. So we've kind of found some local companies that are around that, we've had, go to one and install, and we've kind of got a good relationship. And we also kind of like the way they work too, where they kind of have the co-op mentality in a way. Mm-hmm. And then we will get a list of them and then kind of pass them out to those medical offices, because they might have one when we get there. They might have had one for the past 20 years and the guy's retiring and they need a new one, or they might have had bad experiences with the last one that they have and they need a new one. So it's just another way that we can help that business and, do that collaborationship with them.
I like that.
That's her word. Yeah.
She coined that, huh?
She coined that.
You should pay her rights for saying it.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I kind of view the IT professionals as, so if you relate to it in electricity, right? So OEC provides power to the house, but OEC doesn't run the electrical lines inside of your house. You hire an electrician to do that, right? And so it's kind of the same thing. Like OEC Fiber will bring the internet to your business or to your home, And sometimes you need more things within the home or the business, whether that's access points or firewalls or things like that. We can help in certain instances, but to have that IT professional there to then also it's another form of support and really making sure that you have the full package working together. So it's kind of like an electrician, IT,
That makes sense. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, thank you.
And I like that you vet
Yes.
before you make any recommendations.
Oh yeah.
That's
And
a big deal.
we have great IT partners. They're good people, they're solid people, and they're smart and they are pros at it.
If a business is on the fence about switching providers, what would you want them to know?
What are you waiting for?
Let's do
I
it.
mean, yes, let's make it happen. I guess don't stay stuck. I would say, you might be comfortable in the way that you are, but there might be a better option out there. So, and we will do our best to make it an easy transition and really kind of hold your hand through that transition. So don't be afraid. We're great people here. We're your neighbors. So don't be afraid to make a change.
Even if they're kind of on the fence and just kind of curious about it, just call me and if they want to do it now or want to do it in 5 years, I'll talk with them until they do and even help them maybe find like that IT person, even if they don't even switch over, but still be an outlet for them to bounce some questions off of and just help them however we can in a way. So they don't even have to be part of us, but we'll still help them out as much as we can in a way. So
Yeah, I like that. And local support. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
OEC's been here for almost 90 years now. We're not going anywhere.
No.
OEC Fiber has almost been here 10 years, not going anywhere.
Went by fast, didn't it?
Flying
Really
by.
fast.
yeah.
Yes.
Good eye.
Okay, so at the end of the day, what does doing business the right way mean to you?
I'd say honesty. Say what you mean what you say, and follow through with what you promise.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, honesty, like
Thank you.
friendship, like kind
though.
of like that, like you said, like that friendship and whatever,
Yeah.
like just being somebody that they can trust, that we're not out trying to nickel and dime them for everything or sign them up for long contracts. And, when that's over, then add some more money at the end of it. You're like, no, we've been here almost 10 years and nothing's changed. Like our prices came out and it's been the same and we haven't really done anything about it yet. So we're here. We're
Well,
stable.
and look at that face. Like, how can you tell it no?
Right?
Right?
Really?
I mean,
Like I said, he's a good listener. Call him and just talk to him even.
Yeah.
yeah. I like the emphasis on relationships, not just like a quick
Oh my
sale
gosh, yeah.
and some profits and then on to the next one.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I think that's the difference in us and most of your other providers, right?
Totally.
Yeah, and I'm not like knocking doors door to door or anything. I mean, I might
Thank you.
somebody at a strip mall, neighbor signs up, I might go in there and quick little plug and be like, hey, we're going to be messing around and doing some work. Might get loud. Probably won't because we're not doing anything that's that loud, but just to be, and drop off something and be like, hey, if you're interested, no pressure. Not even like give them a spill, just drop something off and I'll probably see them in a chamber event at some point to talk with them more.
I hope they appreciate that. We didn't just get a long talk. We just, hey, if you're interested, we're here.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of a breath of fresh air. I mean, everybody gives salespeople such it's such a bad rap. It's like we don't want to be those guys. So yeah, we want to be your friends.
I mean, they're still around. They're still around.
They
I'm
are.
not.
They're-
We don't have to
that's
be.
awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
we could call this episode, Will You Be My Friend?
I mean, why wouldn't you want to be?
Right? Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Before we take off, we like to mention a few more things you might need to know. I talked about the live line demo earlier on. Feel free to reach out. That's actually going to be me and usually a couple linemen to come do that demonstration. It's really cool. I mean, we draw like a 6-foot electrical arc and cook a hot dog, and I mean, it's cool, but we also talk safety too. So it's real.
And we always highlight one community event, at least one community event on each episode. And this time we are just plugging all of our chambers, our local chambers. Isaac mentioned them. We support all of the chambers across our service area. We serve in 7 counties, and we always support most of the things that they do, their community events, their festivals, their fairs, their business lunches. So check out your local chamber's Facebook page or website and see what's going on. And you'll probably see one of us there.
Yep.
Someone from OEC there.
Yep. Well, thank you all for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on The Current Buzz.
Zzz.